Oh, the holy brisket, come and try. Oh, the holy brisket, come and try. Join our feast where the flames meet in the warmth of the holy brisket's heat. Savor the love in every bite.
Our Texas for the star, for the search from the
Zeke stands tall and mighty, with a voice so strong and clear. We honor our sacred brisket, dear, and we hold it dear. But it earned our sacred brisket, and we hold it dear. Oh, the sacred flame, it guides us through the night. In the smoke and in the flavor, we find our holy life. With 60 words to lead us and a brisket by our side, we'll gather round the smoker where our hearts abide. Oh. With Stoolie, the Stoolie, and the Risty by our side, we gather round the smoker where our hearts abide.
Rural Texas stretched out under a bright blue sky, a tapestry of fields and small towns blending into the horizon. The tranquility of the landscape was only interrupted by the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant calls of birds. In a secluded grove, smoke rose lazily from a massive smoker, gathering a crowd whose faces reflected both anticipation and reverence. Ezekiel Zeke Brown stood before the assembly, his tall frame and weathered face giving him an air of both a seasoned pitmaster and a fervent spiritual leader. His piercing eyes scanned the crowd, and when he spoke, his voice carried the weight of conviction.
Welcome, seekers of the sacred smoke. Today, we embark on a journey, a pilgrimage to the heart of flavor, the essence of divinity. The brisket is our holy sacrament, and through it, we find our path to enlightenment.
A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd. Behind Zeke, a large banner proclaimed, "The Holy Brisket Manifesto." Zeke continued.
And now, to the moment we have all been waiting for. It is time to introduce the Holy Brisket Manifesto and the 10 Commandments. This is not just a list of rules, my friends, but a declaration of our faith, our commitment, and our unity.
He pauses, letting the weight of his words sink in, the silence only broken by the soft crackling of the smoker.
It is a new dawn. We stand at the brink of a glorious era, where our flames will burn brighter, our smoke will rise higher, and our bonds will grow stronger. We are here to stay, to thrive, and to carve our legacy into the very heart of this land.
He holds up a scroll, the Holy Brisket Manifesto, its edges worn and golden, a symbol of their journey and trials.
I couldn't be more proud of all of you. Your unwavering dedication, your unyielding passion, and your steadfast belief in the sacred brisket have brought us to this moment. Each one of you has played a vital role in building this community, in nurturing this dream.
He looks around, meeting the eyes of his followers, his voice filled with emotion.
Your hands have tended the fires, your hearts have embraced the smoke, and your spirits have lifted this faith to new heights. Together, We have faced the darkness and emerged into the light, stronger and more united than ever.
He holds the scroll higher, the sacred document gleaming in the firelight.
So, are you ready? Let me read to you the holiest of the holy document, the tenets that will guide us, unite us, and strengthen us. Together, we will honor the brisket, smoke low and slow, and celebrate the sacredness of our shared tradition.
The crowd murmurs in agreement, their eyes fixed on Zeke as he prepares to read.
Listen up, you seekers of smoke and followers of the Holy Cow. This isn't your average call to worship. No, this is the Holy Brisket Manifesto, a furious, flame-licked screed for those who believe that enlightenment can be found in a perfectly smoked piece of beef. This is for the wild-eyed devotees who know that true transcendence lies somewhere between the crackle of the smoker and the marbled fat of a Texas brisket. Buckle up, dear follower, as we dive headfirst into the meaty madness. 1. Thou shalt honor the brisket. This isn't just meat, folks. It's the sacred slab of our faith, the keystone of our culinary cosmos. Worship its marbling as if it's the fingerprint of the divine. Treat it with the same reverence you'd reserve for a sacred relic because, in those tender fibers, lies the path to enlightenment. 2. Thou shalt smoke low and slow. Forget the fast lane. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a religion. Let the brisket luxuriate in its smoky spa day. Time is irrelevant here. Tenderness doesn't come to those who rush. It comes to those who let the meat find its own nirvana. 3. Thou shalt use only the finest ingredients. You can't make a masterpiece with garbage, so get your hands on the good stuff. The quality of your cuts, rubs, and wood reflects your devotion. Purity in, purity out. Only then can you conjure the true magic of the brisket. 4. Thou shalt feast with friends and family. Brisket is best shared with fellow pilgrims of the plate. Gather around the smoker, swap stories, laugh until your sides ache, and build memories marinated in smoke. It's more than a meal. It's communion with your tribe. 5. Thou shalt experiment and innovate. Tradition is our backbone, but creativity is our spirit. Throw caution to the wind and dance with new rubs, marinades, and techniques. The divine brisket has room for both the old ways and wild, untamed innovation. 6. Thou shalt respect other barbecue faiths. We're not alone on this spiritual meat journey. Recognize and respect the other barbecue denominations. They too worship the smoke. Unity doesn't mean uniformity. It means finding strength in diversity. 7. Thou shalt share thy knowledge. Spread the brisket gospel far and wide. Pass on your secrets and stories, your triumphs and failures. The more you share, the more we all ascend. The pitmaster who hoards their knowledge is like a prophet without a pulpit. 8. Thou shalt celebrate the smoke. Smoke is the holy breath of the brisket. Revel in its aroma, taste its magic, and let it weave its spell. In every tendril of smoke, you'll find the whispers of the divine, drawing us closer to culinary nirvana. 9. Thou shalt host brisket festivals. Roll out the smokers and let the festivities begin. Our faith demands celebration, and what better way than a full-blown brisket bacchanalia? Build bonds of friendship and feast until the stars fade. 10. Thou shalt honor the grill masters. The pitmasters are the shamans of our sect, wielding tongs like magic wands and guiding us with smoky wisdom. Show them the respect they've earned, for they guard the holy flame that keeps our faith alive. The creed of the Holy Brisket We, the meat-mad disciples of smoke and flavor, believe in the transformative power of a perfectly cooked brisket. We pledge allegiance to its marbled glory and the community it binds. Driven by the thrill of flavor and the call of innovation, we vow to honor these commandments and spread the smoky gospel far and wide. Each bite is a prayer, each slice a sacrament. Amen, and pass the brisket.
As Zeke recited each commandment, vivid scenes unfolded in his mind, a blend of cherished memories and visions of inevitable glory. He saw their influence spreading, dominating Texas and beyond. The images were clear, almost tangible, each act a testament to their unwavering faith. He envisioned families gathered around long wooden tables, their faces lit with reverence and anticipation. One particular scene stood out. A family, united in solemn ceremony, carefully unwrapped a perfectly marbled brisket. The father, his hands steady and respectful, placed it on the smoker. The sacred ritual was carried out with deep respect, smoke rising like an offering to the heavens. Zeke's mind continued to wander through these powerful images, seeing not just the present but the promising future. The followers multiplied, their gatherings growing larger and more vibrant. Communities flourished, each individual's devotion shining brightly, fueling the fire of their shared purpose. An old pitmaster carefully adjusted the vents on a smoker, a nod of satisfaction marking the rise of thin blue smoke. A young woman meticulously selected spices and herbs, mixing them into a rub with precise, deliberate motions. Under the stars, a large group laughed and shared stories around a communal table, enjoying the fruits of their labor. A teenager added a unique blend of spices to his brisket, older members nodding in approval. Zeke exchanged tips and recipes with a pitmaster from a different BBQ tradition, their handshake one of mutual respect. An elderly woman taught children the art of smoking brisket, their eager faces illuminated by the glow of the smoker. Members gathered around a massive smoker, inhaling deeply and smiling as aromatic smoke enveloped them. The community applauded as Zeke presented an award to a veteran pitmaster, recognizing his decades of dedication. As night fell, the grove transformed into a mystical setting under the silvery moonlight. The Holy Brisket community gathered for the Midnight Brisket Vigil, the atmosphere charged with spiritual anticipation. Zeke, standing at the center, tended to the massive smoker with reverence.
The Midnight Brisket Vigil is a time for reflection, for connection.
Zeke declared, his voice filled with emotion.
As the clock strikes midnight, we share in the divine essence of the brisket, drawing closer to the sacred.
Faces illuminated by the glow of the smoker, the community feasted as the clock chimed midnight. A palpable sense of unity and spiritual connection enveloped them, their expressions serene and content. The peaceful night shattered with the sudden roar of a motorcycle engine. A lone biker, clad in dark leathers and helmet, burst into the grove. Gasps filled the air as the community stepped back in fear, some moving protectively toward Zeke. The biker skidded to a halt, dismounting with a large hunting knife in hand. He strode purposefully towards the smoker, chaos in his eyes. Zeke stepped forward, his face calm yet determined.
Peace, brother!
Zeke raised his voice.
We are here in the name of the Holy Brisket. There is no need for violence.
For a moment, the biker hesitated, considering Zeke's words. But then, shaking his head, he continued his approach. The community's tension was palpable, their frightened faces reflecting the looming confrontation. Just as the biker reached the smoker, Zeke stepped between him and the sacred brisket. Their eyes locked, anger clashing with unyielding resolve. The scene ended in a cliffhanger, leaving the community on edge, wondering what would happen next.
In a town where the smoke rises high, there's a sacred meat that brings us nigh to a place where flavors touch the sky. Oh, the holy brisket, come and try. Join our feast where the flames meet. In the warmth of the holy brisket's heat, savor the love in every bite. In the glow of the brisket's light.
We are the Story Brothers, and we invite you to join us on an extraordinary journey into the world of storytelling and AI. Together, we'll delve into an endless sea of stories, ideas, and topics, pushing the boundaries of imagination with the power of generative AI. Our mission? To see just how far we can take these tales. Intrigued? If you like what you hear, please share our adventure. Got requests or feedback? Don't be a stranger. We'd love to hear from you. Cheers to new beginnings and endless possibilities.